So today in this lecture, I am going to discuss on that starting of single phase induction machine. As of now, what we have discussed so far, it is very clear that single phase induction machine is not self-starting. Just for our reference, let me quickly summarize what we studied. It is not self-starting. 2, it can be started by applying external torque. And in that case, the person or the mechanical assembly that is going to apply the torque on that machine shaft has the control over the future course of rotation of the machine. It can dictate the machine whether the machine has to rotate in clockwise direction or counterclockwise direction. That I have also discussed. Now consider your like nowadays, very recently there is a trend that you will find some of our ceiling fan has been replaced by brushless DC motor. But most of the cases in my own house, in my own quarter, and also in institute, all the fans that we often means encounter in our daily life are all working as with the principle of single phase induction motor. They are the single phase induction motor. Now, one thing that is very clear to us, we do not need any kind of stick or any kind of item to means give it a push or shove to that fan blade so that it can rotate. And that is dangerous in another sense, because if you mistakenly means apply torque in reverse direction, suppose if the fan rotate in clockwise direction, you get your means the blade is so adjusted, the fan blade, you get air in airflow direction is from the fan tries to what to say, just tries to drive the air from the from its if we consider the plane of the fan blade, from the upper half of the plane to the person who is sitting there. So it the direction at which the fan will means what to say, will control the airflow, direction of airflow of the fan is depending on the direction of its rotation. So if you change the direction, then fan will try to means push more air from its lower half to upper half. Means then you will not feel the same kind of comfort if you sit under that fan. So here the biggest question is that if I give you the liberty to or means if you need to rotate the fan by your own hand, then there is a risk that it may and not only for fan, also in for your household, most of the cases we have our single phase induction motor as our that uh, pump we use for means lifting water. That pump will also means try to drive the water instead of means this suction pump trying to means control the flow of water from your underground tank to your overhead, sorry, underground reservoir to your overhead tank, it will try to means do that in a reverse manner, means try to means just try to means flow the water from overhead tank to your underground reservoir if it starts rotating in a reverse direction. So all these are not desirable. That is why what we need means the behind of all this, what I am trying to sense, that what we need are mechanism for starting, and also that mechanism, if that gets weak due to some of means like prolonged use, if that get weak, at least that can prevent the rotation of your machine in opposite direction. So we need a dedicated starting mechanism for our single phase induction machine. Now what we studied, that when it was a two phase case, then it was quite easy for us to start. But when we consider that Ia is equal to 0, then it becomes a bit problematic for us, and we can let me just share the diagram of single phase induction machine. So clearly what we studied, that if it is balanced, then it is producing balanced torque, but if not, then it cannot produce a rotating torque. But we want means rotating MM, and therefore there is no starting torque. But we want that. So what we need is that we have to create a virtual situation where it may appear to the machine, inside the machine, if there is an observer, he or she will realize that there is a rotating MM. So how can we do so? First of all, this cannot be done with Ia is equal to 0. Now there must be some value of Ia. So what should we do? Shall we shall we connect Im and Ia parallel? Then what would happen? Same current will flow, because Im, as of now, in our previous discussion we discussed that Im and Ia, they are of means identical construction. So if that is identical, then same current will flow. So what will happen, instead of having previously you were having an oscillating MMF in this axis, it was sometime it was like N, sometime it was like S, and in the next instance NS was changing. So you are having an oscillating MMF along this axis when only Im is but in the case if you connect them in such a way that Vm is equal to Va and means Im and Ia are in phase, then what would happen? Both of them will produce an oscillating MMF, and therefore the only change that will take place is that the oscillating MMF will change its axis, right? In that case also your forward and backward rotating MMF will remain same, means they cannot dominate over, one cannot dominate over the other, and therefore you will have no other choice, you will be helpless and your motor will not start. So how you could start your motor? That is the main question, is how we can start our motor. So one thing that is quite obvious is that from this discussion what we can understand, that we need to just like we cannot allow flow of identical current through both of the winding. We need a phase difference. What that phase difference will do? Let me try to make you understand this by showing you something in a very intuitive manner. I cannot draw a very good picture, but you can understand this hopefully. Say at an instance it is N, it is S, produced by your main field winding. Now the auxiliary winding, that is one means 90 degree in space, and that is produce another NS. But when this NS is maximum, then it will produce an NS that is somewhat shorter in magnitude. Like when IA will reach its maximum value, then you will have I am showing this by dashed line. This means if this length of this line represents the strength of the magnetic field, you can understand that as long as this is smaller than this one, so at that instance what would be the direction of your resultant MMF? Resultant MMF will be in this direction. However, after that what would happen? Your current will execute a sinusoidal motion. Therefore, this will this NS will become slightly weaker. But let us consider that now say this one is lagging behind NS, so this one reach its full value, then what would happen? This will now the rotating MMF, sorry, the MMF, I am still not saying it is rotating, it will be in this direction, right? So if we compare it previous position, now you can see that it has made a rotation in clockwise direction. So what I am trying to say, that we can make a rotating MMF only when there exists a phase difference. Now what should be the, this is therefore what we need, that two different phase current, means the current phase of IM and IA must be different. Now how can we realize that from a same source? Because in single phase you have only one source. You can insert some arrangement, like you can change the circuit of this circuit composition, or better to say in a simple word, LR ratio for main and auxiliary winding. What you can do, you can add a resistance in series or parallel with your auxiliary winding. Then what would happen? Definitely the winding of IA will be current flowing through IA will be different than that of IM. So here we can have several different means pattern. Just let me insert where it is. So we can say that auxiliary winding and main winding. Now auxiliary winding will tag them as starting winding. So in this starting winding we are having three different type of connection. One is resistance, another one is kind of our resistor and reactor in B, and in C it is resistor and capacitor. So now let me share another side, means another important information. Here you can see how we can get this split phase arrangement, means how that starting or auxiliary winding phase can be different from main winding phase. You can see the range of output for that same type of machine. Clearly the output is much poor for a resistor split phase machine, but however you can see that its starting current in case of resistor split phase, starting current is 5 to 7 times of full load current, and starting torque is also very poor. Like you are consuming this starting current for good for nothing. While you are introducing capacitor, see the improvement. From this range there is a means noticeable improvement in output power and somewhat reduction in terms of starting current requirement, and see the amount of starting torque ratio to full load torque. It is 2 to 3.5. Very high amount of starting torque can be produced if we apply this kind of structure, if we apply or introduce capacitor in our starting winding. Now, and in capacitor, I will explain shortly this repulsion start, repulsion induction, and shaded pole. What are those things and what they could be. The main advantage of these machines are, like mostly used machine, is that single capacitor, and in single capacitor or two capacitor, generally two capacitor model is capacitor start, capacitor run, and single capacitor is only capacitor start and then we disconnect that capacitor from the supply and totally disconnect our auxiliary winding. Now in general, what we see in most of the cases in our household application, so what about the starting torque? The starting torque, what we can write is that it is the phase difference between these two. So what we can write, as I means in our last lecture on single phase induction machine, I have already discussed that what is the case for it is like T starting is equal to TF minus TB. What is that? It is 2IF square minus IB square, and clearly these two are what promotes this starting. So what about IF? IF is IM plus JIA by 2. And what about IB? Sorry, this was minus, and so what about 2IM square? 2IF square IM square plus IA square plus 2IM IA cos 90 minus alpha. 2IB square IM square plus IA square plus 2IM IA cos 90 plus alpha. Now therefore T starting will be what? Two IM IA R2 dash sine alpha, right? So if you can, what is alpha? Alpha is the angle between these two. The way you can maximize alpha, you will get more out of it. So in case of capacitor, the reason is very obvious that capacitor gives almost a 90-degree phase shift and sine alpha is close to 1. So that makes it or gives it a high value of starting torque, right? So how we can, obviously these torques are in synchronous watt. So how we can just write that which one is true. Like what we can do is that let us consider the effective turns of the starting winding is A times of main winding. So that in starting winding, if we make it then IA should be replaced by A and the starting torque will become what? Right. Now precisely sine alpha is equal to sine theta m minus theta a. Now further we can write it like sine theta m cos theta a minus sine theta a cos theta m. So that is equal to xm Ra minus Rm xa by Zm Za, and Ia is equal to V by Za, Im is equal to V by Zm. So combining all of them and replacing the starting torque equation by V square, what we can write? Right. So this is a very important statement here. So this is the equation of our single phase induction machine starting torque. Now this is something very interesting, and our target is to make sure that this difference can, if we can make this difference as high as possible, because only that way we can make this alpha, we can have a greater value for alpha. So in order to investigate different optimum characteristics of starting, let us just insert a few images. So first let us consider resistor split phase starting. Right. In resistor split phase starting, the locus at starting winding current here, the phasor Im is represented by our OA. The locus of starting winding current is our this one. IA lies on the semicircle of radius RE. Means not RA, like it is like VM by how much it is XA. This is the dia of that is VM by XA, and more you make it resistance, then IA will become in this way. And for infinite value of RA, IA will be 0, right? So this one here, this the resistance that the dia of this is how much? The dia of this one is V by XA. So now the total starting current is how much? It's OC. So maximum starting torque what you can have here is how much? It is something like from this diagram, let me write. The starting torque will be maximum when C lies on D, right? Then we will have means that is the maximum value means of projection that we can have on this line. So let me write, it is like theta A should be how much? Should be angle HAD is equal to how much? Is equal to angle DFA Why so? Because when it is in the midway, then this angle and this angle, like D being the midpoint of this, it will divide this one and this equal means isosceles triangle. These two sides will be equal and you will have equal angle here. Now that is equal to further DAF. Is equal to alpha so that gives us and what about the maximum value of torque? So cot So what is cot theta? That is RA by XA. That is equal to 1 plus Rm by Zm divided by Xm by Zm. That gives us Rm plus Zm by Xm. So what we are actually looking for, this value, because this is the additional resistance we are going to insert, and that value comes like this. Now, clearly, if you do not insert any resistance to your main winding, this could be approximated as Xm, right? So, your Zm, you can approximate that by Xm. In addition, we can calculate the maximum torque per ampere. So we can show the maximum torque per ampere from this diagram will be coming like okay, no need to do this derivation here because it will unnecessarily complicate the whole thing. The formula that you should be able to recall is that maximum torque per ampere will be this. When this condition, and this implies that your RA should be you can replace this by Xm also, no harm. So that will be the value of your additional resistance RA need to be added to ensure so basically here two things we have investigated, and that leads to two different value of our resistance. One is for maximum starting torque and another one is for maximum your maximum torque per ampere. But clearly these values are not a good thing because if you insert resistance, whenever you will insert resistance, that will cause means additional ohmic loss in your system and going to deteriorate your system efficiency. Now you can have one thing that resistance start and then you can means just use a centrifugal switch. So that centrifugal switch will disconnect the auxiliary winding during run, and that is possible because we know that even in running condition single phase MMF is sufficient for us to make sure the motor is running. But obviously when you disconnect your IA, that will affect the torque profile. Torque profile will become poor due to disconnect, means that when you just cut down the your auxiliary circuit from your or starting winding from your system, then it will uh, cause that kind of deterioration of torque profile, as well as power factor will also become somewhat poorer, because you can understand that when you have a two circuit, one is highly inductive and another one is comparatively resistive in nature, and they are connected in parallel, and when you disconnect the resistive one, then what would happen? There will be the power factor will become uh, means will there will be change, an undesirable change will take place in your power factor because of this separation of resistive circuit. Although that was means In other way, it is desirable that you disconnect the resistance, but at the same time, if you disconnect it, your torque will become poorer, and also your there will be a problem with power factor. So, a natural solution is that one thing you can do is that you can insert a small resistance in your starting winding and insert a sizable amount of inductor in your main winding. So you cause the main winding to lag more, and but then you can somehow minimize the losses due to resistor presence of that resistance in your starting or auxiliary winding. But at the same time, although it will give you a good amount of starting torque also, because of that means phase difference between IM and IA. But what is the drawback of that means resistor reactor starting? The presence of that additional choke coil in your means machine will make your machine heavier, costlier, bulkier, and will adversely affect your operating power factor of the machine. So, in a nutshell, we leave with a choice to go for a capacitor start, capacitor run motor, or a capacitor start motor. In capacitor start motor, what we do is that the capacitor is connected during start, but once the motor reach its full speed condition due to the speed profile of that motor, there is a centrifugal switch installed in your auxiliary winding in series with your auxiliary winding. Then when the machine build up speed, that this means auxiliary that centrifugal switch toggles to means off condition, and capacitor get disconnected. But what is common, what we see in our household application, most of the cases there is a means capacitor run motor, and that is also very advantageous in a way that it provides a very good power factor, close to close to 1 for the entire system. And another advantage of using this is that a very good torque profile. So let us see what would happen in case of a capacitor run motor. Now we are going to discuss our capacitor split phase motor. So what happens in case of capacitor split phase motor? Let me just insert the diagram. Here that angle between IM and IA, it is very clear that IM now IA is leading IM by a considerable amount, and perhaps if you use a strong capacitor, strong means so that it can make the entire winding leading, then you can have this case where the IA itself not only leading IM by a certain angle, but IA starts leading the phasor V by angle theta A. So that is the very interesting case. Now our objective is to find out this when this angle means could be maximum, and we can extract our maximum amount of torque from this. Here clearly the circle value is V by 2RA. Clearly XA is now under control, and V by 2RA is the radius of this circle, right? Now that the reactance XA is so from the trigonometry what we can write is that theta m is equal to our angle BAF is equal to angle DAF minus theta A is equal to 90. Minus, see what we can write from this, that is DAF minus theta A. Now this further we can write it like this is how much, 180 minus 90 minus, here it is theta A, minus theta A, because theta M plus theta A is this much. So from this we can write theta M is equal to 90 minus 2 theta A, and that gives theta A is equal to 90 minus theta M by 2. So let it be beta by 2, and beta is equal to 90 minus theta M. Now what we can write is that tan theta A is equal to tan beta 2 is equal to sine beta divided by 1 plus cosine beta is equal to cos theta 1 plus sine theta M. So that gives us what? That gives us XA by RA is equal to RM by ZM divided by 1 plus XM by ZM is equal to RM XM plus ZM. So that gives us XA is equal to RM by RA XM plus ZM. Now XC is equal to the value XA plus XA dash, where XA dash is the inductive reactance of the starting winding. Then we can write the value of the capacitance C is equal to 10 to the power 6 omega XC is equal to 10 by 6 omega XA plus XA dash microfarad. This is a very important equation. Right. This gives us the maximum, this value of capacitor gives us the maximum starting torque. Right. Now if we want maximum torque per ampere, square plus we can write from that diagram y square plus, just let me insert the diagram. This one. So that gives us what? Plus 2im v by 2ra because AG is your radius. Im square Im v by zm Rm by Ra. So that gives us Im square 1 plus Rm by Ra. Now this derivation is pretty interesting and important in terms that this leads us a case of which is money we use in quite often in our daily application. So what we will get is that I square Im square I am doing a few step jumps just to make it not quite boring. What you will get, so that gives us say plus xa dash, right? What are the other starting method we can have? So another peculiar starting is what? That is shaded pole starting. What we do in shaded pole starting, just I am telling you the brief philosophy. We use it in small scale table fan and small domestic fans. Typically those means early days wall mounted fan or this means low budget table fan, they deploy this feature. What is there? We have if inside your machine, if this is the structure of the machine, then we have two pole set. One is main pole and another one is shaded pole. What is shaded pole? A small pole that is means around that pole you have a shading rings that is encircled with that small pole. Similarly, here also you have main pole, and then here you have a small shaded poles. The idea behind this shaded pole is that whenever you place this kind of, let me draw a clear picture. So this is the structure of our shaded pole. So what we are having here, this is the main pole, and the shaded pole is, there is a ring around that shaded pole projection, and then you are having main winding, around this, right? What we will get here is that then you are having your shaded pole is in this way, and shaded pole current will be this, while you are having your main pole flux and current. Shaded pole flux will always lack the main pole flux, because due to this shading effect, this flux is responsible for producing a local current, this, right? So there will be always an angle alpha difference you will always find, and that gives you sorry, this is Im, right? So this will give you the main current Im, which is your total current. But efficiency of this is very poor, typically 20 to 30, 20 to 50%. So it only used in very small scale, low budget machine.